Tiffany here with Years of Years, and Brad hanging out too today, which is really good. I'm glad you're here, especially with this subject. So it's this day in Disney for December 8th, and we're going to 1980 with singer-songwriter John Lennon, who was actually killed on this day, which is very sad.
Yeah, I think in front of his, in New York City, in front of his apartment, or it was actually kind of a brownstone.
Brownstone, yeah. Yeah.
Shot.
Right. That's so sad. Because he was only 40 years old, especially. He was born in 1940. So, and if you don't know, he was the founding member of the Beatles, and born in Liverpool, England. Of course, well, they're a huge band. Really, if you've never heard of the Beatles, go look them up and listen to their music, because they're amazing.
Yeah, and it was their notoriety, obviously, that led to his assassination. You know, the shooter, his mother, had shared a lot of disparaging information about John Lennon, particularly. You know, and I mean, I think it points to. Well, let's get into his relationship with Disney first.
Sure. You're probably wondering, why are you guys talking about John Lennon? What did he do at Disney? So, interesting enough, when Walt was still alive, he had contacted Brian Epstein, the Beatles manager, and he actually wanted the Fab Four to do songs for the Jungle Book, which that was Walt's last film. So he, you know, was trying to work with them and get them involved on the Jungle Book project. And supposedly Paul was really for it. They felt they could get George and Ringo. It was
1964. It was 1 year after the British invasion.
Yeah.
You know, Beatlemania was full swing.
Yeah, so John Lennon was the one who nixed it because their schedule was so busy.
But I also think it was just Lennon himself. He kind of, he showed tendencies in the future after this being very anti, capitalist. And even, I think it's interesting because his posturing against this kind of involvement with Disney is exactly the antithesis of what led to his death, because I'm sure that there was a time period whenever John Lennon was quoted as saying that the Beatles were bigger than Jesus, okay? And that created a huge controversy, record burnings, all of these different things that led to, obviously, this young, disturbed individual killing him, you know, in his mother's passing on this, information. But in actuality, that's exactly what he was against. The fact that the public had seen them so large that they forgot what was real and important and not just in the moment. And I think in some ways he didn't want to do something like a Jungle Book and become even more in the popular culture. It was just so intense.
Maybe too much. I don't know. It's hard to tell what all happened there.
Sure.
But, you know, with Disney and this particular project, they did get some semi-soundalikes to voice the vultures. So that vulture scene is supposed to really sound like the Beatles.
And then you still have their mock haircuts, and
that's right. So cute.
The movement and everything.
Yeah,
particularly Ringo.
It would have been awesome. It really would have been awesome.
Indeed.
But, you know, it's okay. So in '73, another Disney connection. John Lennon actually visited Disneyland with his girlfriend at the time, May, and ex-wife Cynthia, who was the mom of Julian, and he was meeting with his son Julian. He had not seen him for 4 years, and Julian's 9, and he felt Disneyland was the right
Disney World.
No, Disneyland.
Oh, this is Disneyland.
Right,
okay.
that would be the right, you know, place to reunite with his son. That's in 1973.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. So, but you know, I can understand meeting up with him at Disneyland, making that a really special. I don't know enough about his personal
common
life.
ground. I do.
But that's really sad to me to think that he didn't see his sons.
Yeah. Well, and Julian goes on to have a couple of fantastic tracks in the early 80s, but I think everybody wanted him to be his father, and there was just too much pain there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
yeah,
the family,
because, and that would make a lot of sense because it's, you know, on...
It's much too late for goodbye. I mean, even the song itself that he released is like about the pain of his relationship with John.
But that's, but that's 73 and he's not, I mean, he lost John Lennon in 1980, so he was still a fairly young man, still kind of really hard time period.
Indeed.
All of it's very difficult, but, and then the third Disney connection, which many of you probably already know, December 29th.
Yes.
Another December date, 1974, was actually when John Lennon stayed at the Polynesian Village Hotel, now resort, and he signed the paperwork that officially broke up the Beatles.
You got the phone call there.
Yeah, so he signed the papers there. He actually signed the papers there because it had gone on. They hadn't performed together since 1970. But the legal work of ending their band took 4 years, and he was the last one to sign the paperwork.
And they were signed at
the Polynesian. So that rumor is true. It did happen, and we're sad. I mean, I don't know what the world would be like if he had stuck around. He was an innovative person. He was obviously moving on and doing his own things. As Paul and George and Ringo all
his message is solid. I mean, the fact that he was cut down. I mean, people think that he's like Antichrist, you know, but his message, I mean, very positive. A superstar is what you are. You know, you're a shining star. Imagine there's so many fantastic, strong messages in his music.
Well, and you have to think about it too, because, you know, Walt was lost early. You know, to us, we're really sad that he passed away so young. And it's the same with John Lennon for many people. Right, you really do. So that's the Disney connection with John Lennon, if you've ever wondered. Now you know. And yeah, that's it for this day. Thanks for sharing so much.
Yeah, well, you know, I love the Beatles.
Big Beatles fan. Of course, we've all listened to the Beatles in our house many times. Brad's got the...
I actually can sing most of their songs.
There you go. So that's it. Before he starts singing all their songs, we're gonna take off today. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.